Hey everyone, Blugoblin here. Thank you for joining me for my comic book review for this week of December 2014. Got quite a big pile to go through here. Got one indie and the rest are from the big two, Marvel and DC. And if you're looking for a Batwoman review, too bad, 'cause I dropped that title. I don't give a fuck about it anymore. So yeah, and I know it's Batwoman's being canceled at issue 40, and at this point, I think it's a mercy killing because of what Mark Andreyko has done to that title. So I'll say it again. Fuck you, Mark Andreyko. We're going to start with a book from Valiant. We're going to start with issue 3 of The Return of Quantum and Woody. Jesus. Look, they're really trying with this. They really are. But I just don't care. I mean, the only reason why I'm buying this is because the good people here at Arkham Comics were nice enough to order the miniseries for me. And I had high expectations for this after the last run of Quantum and Woody that I read, and then I get to this, and I'm horrifically disappointed with this. This is just, at best, this is passable. It's like there's so many things going on in here, like the twist with the new Woody and everything, and we learned that the original Quantum is a little bit more diabolical than he seems, and the rest of it, I just don't care. I mean, this is not the Quantum and Woody that I remember reading. This is the sequel to the original Quantum and Woody. I didn't read that shit. I read the shit with the goat and the douchebag Woody, you know, and all the non-existent, nonsensical scientific mumbo-jumbo bullshit that was funny. That's the Quantum and Woody I read. I didn't read this fucking shit. This was boring. I mean, it really was. I'm gonna be nice and give it a fucking 2. It was that bad. I just didn't fucking care. Moving on to Marvel. Starting Marvel off with All New X-Men number 34. Bendis and Nisrar. Really good stuff here. First of all, why are you putting Cyclops on the fucking cover when Cyclops is nowhere near this storyline? Because everybody should know by now that Cyclops is off with Corsair, so why the fuck are you putting Cyclops on the cover? It's the small little things sometimes that irritate the fuck out of me when it comes to Marvel. But man, this was actually pretty good. Miles and Jean, Miles Morales and our Jean Grey, 616 early Jean Grey, come across Ultimate Jean Grey and the Ultimate X-Men at the old Xavier School. Meanwhile, Bobby's still got his hands full with the Mole Man. Hank still got his problems with Dr. Doom. Warren and X-23, they're still trying to figure their stuff out. But the big selling point is Jean to Jean. Jean and Ultimate Jean read each other's minds, and we get a beautiful 2-page splash, you know, showcasing what they're seeing in each other's minds, and it's such a tremendous shock that they both pass out. Now, by the end of the book, the two Jean Greys become friends, and by the end of the book, Ultimate Jean takes our Jean to Cerebro, and there's something that our Jean sees in Cerebro that just freaks her out, and that's where the book ends. This actually wasn't bad. If you're looking for action, you're not going to get hardly any in here. What you're mostly going to get, except for Iceman and the Mole Man, but what really helps sell this book is the storytelling, and what helps sell it is the drama, and I thought they did a really good job with this. Very nicely done. I give it a 3.5. Alright, moving on to All New Captain America number 2. Rick Remender, Stuart Immonen. First thing I want to say, Nomad. doesn't have much staying power as a partner, does he? I dare not spoil the reason why I say that, but I gotta give props to Mr. Remender on here. I mean, this was actually really good. You got Sam trying to save this kid, but there's a big surprise twist with this kid who he had thought was being held captive by Baron Zemo and a bunch of Cap's old arch nemesis and everything like that. We get a surprise return from an old familiar face from a series that was unfairly canceled by Marvel. I'll give you a hint. She was one of the Fearless Defenders, and that's all I'm going to say. But what she says to Sam blew me away, because she tells him something that not even S.H.I.E.L.D. knows. And it concerns Hydra. But I'm not going to go into much detail. The ending of the book just, caught me by surprise. Especially with what Baron Zemo says at the end. Ooh. This was impressive and pretty brutal to read, but not bad. What am I saying not bad for? This was really good. Bit brutal, but really good read. I enjoyed this. This was good. I give it a 3.5. Fuck it, I give it a 4. The more I think about it, I guess my head's just not on straight today. I give it a 4. If you can see my clock up there, I'm filming this pretty late. Moving on to, I dropped the damn book and broke my tape dispenser. Alright, moving on to Guardians of the Galaxy number 22. Bendis. And I don't want to try pronouncing the artist's name, because I feel like I'd be poking fun at them, which I don't want to. But I tweeted to Mr. Bendis himself after I read this book, and I was, it's not a criticism, it's a joke. You turned Venom into a host whore. But man, was this entertaining. This was gripping. This was awesome. Very well done. You got Venom attached to Groot in the beginning of this issue. And he keeps going around, I am Venom. I am Venom. That's the only thing he can say. Even when Groot's possessed by an alien symbiote, he's still only restricted to, I am Venom. And by the end of the book, he's jumped off. He's on Rocket Raccoon next. Now, yeah, minor spoiler. They get Venom off of Groot, and it eventually attaches itself to Rocket Raccoon. You want to see what Rocket looks like possessed by Venom? Oh boy! But by the end of the book, the cliffhanger. Holy shit! They get Venom off Rocket, but. Oh God, the cliffhanger at the end just screams the words, "You're fucked." This was damn good. This was awesome. It was humorous while being dramatic and full of action. This was good. This was really, really good. Solid read. I fucking loved it. I give it a 4. Don't even get me started on what's going on with Star-Lord. That's just really good stuff. All right, moving on to Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man, number 8. Once again, Bendis is just killing it here. This is the first part of Miles' father telling Miles his backstory, how his past was and everything. And it wasn't very pretty. He did not have a pretty past. And he goes into great detail about who he associated himself with, what kind of people he was around. Miles' father didn't have an easy life. And it was all leading up to a rendezvous with a young Nick Fury. And Miles' father is supposedly, he's trying to get Miles' father to basically work with these people that he's associated with in order to catch a much bigger target. And it's very, very gripping storytelling. And, for a book that hardly features any of Miles at all, this was actually really good. But this is only like the first half of this storytelling. The cliffhanger was great. The cliffhanger, it wasn't monumental, it wasn't jaw-dropping, it was a sweet, nice cliffhanger that makes me want to read the next part, the next issue. And for me, that helps the book, because sometimes a cliffhanger doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be monstrous, doesn't have to reek of whoa, you know, stuff like that. Sometimes a cliffhanger can be simple, short, right to the point, and get you gripped saying, damn, we're not done yet. I gotta see the next issue. I want to know where the rest of the story is going. And this is a good example of that. And I thought Marvel did a nice job with this. This was really good. A solid read. I give it a 3.5. Going on to Scarlet Spiders, number 2. This wasn't bad, actually. This was actually not that bad. You got Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider, and Ultimate Black Widow. Basically, this is still a clone-heavy book, and we're learning more about what's going on in this world that they're in. We're learning more about eugenics here. But there is a monumental thing. There's a monumental plot device exposed in this issue concerning the inheritors and how they're able to elude death. Wow! Impressive. Really good. So this is a good example of a tie-in that matters, because it reveals a huge part of the plot that I'm seeing for the first time reading this book. We know something about how the inheritors are escaping death, but this particular book gives a better explanation for it. Nicely done. This was well put together. A solid read. I give it a 3.5. Moving on to Spider-Woman number 2. I only got this to support the character, and I want to know what's going on with Jessica with this storyline. Y'all know how much I fucking despise Greg Land. I wonder how much porn he watched to trace. I wonder how much porn he traced over to get some of the panels in here. But incredibly shitty artwork aside, the storytelling in here is actually not that bad. You got Spider-Woman probably making one of the ballsiest moves of her life by actually going to the home dimension of the home Earth of the inheritor family. She's going to their household. But all the while, we find out that there is a Jessica Drew on this particular world, and we learn what her role is on this Earth. Oh wow! This could really take the story somewhere. If they find a way to keep it a part of the storytelling, this could really go somewhere. Especially when it comes with dealing with Moreland. Not bad. The artwork was atrocious, but the writing was solid. The artwork definitely hurts it because it's Greg Land. You're going to see a lot of this, and a lot of this, and a lot of this. A lot of that stupid, orgasmic smiling. Oh, just bad. Just really, really bad. So it definitely hurts the book, but another important plot device is revealed concerning Moreland. Nicely done. I give it a 3 though, because the artwork is really bad. Alright, we're moving on to DC, starting DC off with Batman number 37. Oh yeah, get a look at that shit. That's fucking awesome. This is the next part of Endgame. Our old clown Prince of Crime is running some more mucks in Gotham. Oh man, where do I start? Batman is running around through Gotham trying to find a way to cure this toxin that the Joker has spread throughout Gotham. I mean, this is Joker toxin done to the 10th degree. This is a Joker toxin used on Gotham City that is so powerful that Batman, Alfred, and everybody helped trying to find a good antitoxin for it. Every antitoxin that they've ever made has failed to stop it. This is some serious Omega level Joker toxin shit. And it looks like a zombie apocalypse. Just people going around laughing and grinning instead of wanting to eat brains. It's really creepy looking in some parts of the book. But what really hooked me in was Joker versus Jim Gordon. Oh, that was good stuff. Seeing Gordon standing face to face, you know, standing up to the Joker, when you can tell he's just fucking scared shitless. But he's still a cop, he's still a man, he's got pride, and if he's going down, god damn it, he's gonna go down a man. And I fucking loved that stuff. This was great. The stuff with Joker and Gordon was fucking amazing. I loved it better than what was going on with Batman. But then the kicker at the end of the first story, Gordon's on the phone with Batman. I can't even minorly spoil the ending. Oh my fucking god. That was amazing. This came close to being my pick of the week, but something beat it. Just barely, but man. Oh my god, that fucking cliffhanger. I just can't. You gotta read this book. This was amazing. The second story, I could care less about. The first story will just blow you away. This was amazing. I loved it. A huge step up from the last issue. This was awesome. I give it a 4. Alright, moving on to Batman and Robin number 37. This is the next part of Robin Rises. This was good. This was good. You got Batman on Apocalypse going toe-to-toe with Darkseid. And what's amazing is that this is another example of how much of DC has for Batman. Because Darkseid is a character. He is a villain that has driven Superman to near homicidal tendencies, to near homicidal desire. This is a villain that nearly beat Superman to a bloody smear on the pavement, yet Batman's easily able to go toe-to-toe with Darkseid and hold his own. Like I said, DC Comics just can't help themselves. They just fucking love Batman so much that they just gotta even shoehorn more of their love for him. I swear to God, the biggest, I've said this a million times, I have no problems repeating myself on this fact. It is a fact. It is not just my opinion. It is a full-blown fact. The biggest fan base of Batman is DC Comics themselves. This right here is another shining piece of evidence that proves that helps prove that fact. But with that being said, this was still a pretty good book. Was it a little overdone? Hell yes. Was it a bit predictable? Yes. Was the ending really cheesy? Little bit. But that doesn't mean it was a horrible book. This was good. I just feel like I've seen storytelling like this before. You know, the hero was willing to throw his life away for someone he cares for, but just when you think he's going to make that heroic self-sacrifice, he lives to fight another day and he saves the one he loves. And all that stereotypical, stock, cliche, predictable bullshit that goes with it. But I didn't hate the book. I liked it. And I'm interested in seeing how far where they go from here. Spoiler alert, Damian's back. It is what it is. I give it a 3. going on to Green Lantern New Guardians number 37. This is going to be another one of those titles that's going to be canceled come next year. I like this series, but at the same time, I'm not going to miss it. However, this is Act 3, Part 3 of Godhead. Oh, man. This was interesting. We get finally get the reunion between Kyle and Saint Walker. Two best friends reuniting. I mean, it was good to finally see Saint Walker happy, for fuck's sakes. But the big twist with the High Father and with Kyle, and especially the cliffhanger at the end of this issue, fuck me. Good job, DC. You got me really, really wanting the next part. Good stuff. 3.5 though. Give it a 3.5. It wasn't perfect, but for what it was, I liked it. We're ending with my pick of the week, folks. Wonder Woman, number 37. Oh shit. I don't fucking care. Both the Finches work on this. Finch and Finch, I love you guys. I don't care. This is my pick. This is my review. You don't like it? Sorry. But if you do like it, great. Give me a fucking hug. This was great. You got Wonder Woman. She's got 3 big responsibilities. 1, she's the new god of war. 2, she's the queen of the Amazons. 3, she's also a member of the Justice League and one of the world's heroes. So she's got 3 responsibilities, and she's being called out on it by the Amazons. The Amazons want answers. Why aren't you showing much more care for the Amazons? Why must you keep running off to save man? Why must you keep running off? You're supposed to be our queen. Start fucking acting like it. That's what they're basically telling her. And she's like, I got 3 responsibilities to worry about. But then some more stuff is going on. There's an attack on Themyscira. Wonder Woman helps the Amazons fight it off. She learns some more stuff about the previous god of war and what she's in store for now that she's the god of war, now that she's the queen of the Amazons. But then, the cliffhanger at the end of the book. This is why this book was my pick of the week. DC, you have given me something. Out of all the things you royally fucked up with the New 52, I stuck by you. Of all the things you changed, of all the things you took away from us, of all the things you took away from me as a fan, and as a reader, and as a paying customer, I still stuck by you. And finally, DC, you fixed something that you fucked up. You gave me a bone. You gave me something that I have been wanting to see for years. Ever since the New 52 started, you finally gave something to me that I have been demanding. And for that, I fucking thank you. Now, with what we get in here, I don't know where you're going with this. Okay? We're only getting the first bite of this pie. But that was a poor choice of words. But for what you did at the end of this issue, I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Because this is something that goes back to my childhood. This goes back. This is something that I grew up on. This is something that got me into comic books in general. For that, I thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For now, because I still have that lingering thought in the back of my head that now that you've given us something that I personally have been wanting for years, I'm still got that lingering thought that you're gonna find a way to fuck it up. But for now, I'm very, very grateful. this book gets a 4. Well, that's all I got for this review, everybody. Please stay tuned for more. Subscribe to Blugoblin01. Go check out Blugoblin X for Midtown comic stashes. Here in the next day or two, I'm going to start. As I am filming this right now, I'm stating that after I turn the camera off in a couple of days, I'm going to shoot another Midtown comic stash. Just got to find the time to do these. Please follow me on Twitter at Blugoblin01. Look for me on Tumblr. Look for me on Pinterest. Give some love to my bro, TheMtVernonKid. Give some love to two of my oldest buddies here on YouTube, Deadpoolzilla and Brandon Hex. Don't forget my sweetie Jennifer. We got Arkham Asylum Studio up. Thanks again for watching, everybody. And also check out a buddy of mine who's fixing to debut in a local independent professional wrestling circuit. His name is Norman Maloye. I'll try and remember to put the link in the description to his channel. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I am Groot, and I'll see you later.